in the vibrant village of Koji. Nestled amidst rolling hills and lush greenery, lived Erinma, the only daughter of Chief Obi and his wife Kaima. From a young age, Erinma's beauty was the talk of the village. Her skin was as smooth and radiant as the petals of a hibiscus flower, and her eyes sparkled like the stars in the night sky. Her hair flowed like a waterfall, and her smile could light up even the darkest of days. As she grew older, her beauty only intensified, attracting the attention of many suitors from Koji and neighboring villages. Her grace and elegance were unparalleled, making her the pride of her family and the envy of many. People often spoke of her as if she were a goddess, descended to live among mortals. Even the elders, who had seen generations come and go, remarked that such beauty was rare and should be cherished. Mothers whispered tales of her beauty to their daughters, hoping they might learn the secret of her radiance. Children would gather by the roadside just to catch a glimpse of her as she walked by, her presence illuminating the entire village. When Erinma reached the age of marriage, her parents expected her to choose a husband from the many suitors who came seeking her hand. These men were not just from Koji but from far and wide, hoping to win the heart of the beautiful Erinma. They brought with them gifts of gold, fine cloth, and livestock, hoping to impress her. However, Erinma always found a reason to reject them. "He is too short," she would say of one. "He is too tall," she would dismiss another. "He is not handsome enough," she would complain. Her parents, Chief Obi and Kaima, grew increasingly concerned. As the rejections continued, whispers spread through the village about Erinma's impossibly high standards. Many wondered if anyone could ever meet her expectations, or if she would remain alone forever. The village matchmakers, too, began to despair, feeling their efforts were in vain. Even the most eligible bachelors, with their fine pedigrees and abundant wealth, left Chief Obi's compound with heavy hearts and rejected hopes. It seemed as if Erinma was searching for a perfection that simply did not exist. Chief Obi and Kaima tried to reason with their daughter. "Erinma, my dear," her father would say, "beauty is not everything. A good heart and a kind spirit are what make a man truly handsome." Her mother would add, "You must not be so selective. Many good men have come for you. It is time you chose one and started a family." But Erinma, stubborn and headstrong, refused to listen. "I will marry only when I find a man who is perfect in every way," she declared. Her parents exchanged worried glances, knowing that perfection was a dangerous illusion. They feared that Erinma's search for the perfect man would lead her down a path of loneliness and regret. "Do not let your pride cloud your judgment," Chief Obi cautioned her, his voice filled with fatherly concern. Kaima, with tears in her eyes, pleaded, "We only want what is best for you, our precious daughter. Do not let this chance at happiness slip away." Yet, Erinma's resolve remained unshaken, her eyes filled with dreams of an ideal love. One market day, as the villagers bustled about, selling their wares and gossiping, two women stood by a stall discussing Erinma. "She is too picky," said Eagle. "She will end up alone if she continues like this," replied Ola. Unknown to them, a spirit named Buka, disguised as a traveler, was passing through the market and overheard their conversation. Intrigued by Erinma's tale, he decided to teach her lessons she would never forget. His curiosity turned to a mischievous determination, and he smiled at the thought of his plan. The spirit world buzzed with excitement as Buka prepared to carry out his scheme. His friends and fellow spirits watched in amusement, eager to see how Buka's intervention would unfold. Buka's plan was not born of malice but of a desire to impart wisdom. He hoped that through this lesson, Erinma would learn the true value of love and companionship. As he walked away from the market, his thoughts were filled with the many ways he could craft the perfect illusion. Buka returned to the spirit world and devised a plan. He would disguise himself as the perfect suitor, handsome, tall, wealthy, and charming. He borrowed the most attractive features from other spirits, making himself appear irresistible. With his plan set, he returned to Kuj, ready to meet Erinma. He practiced his human mannerisms, ensuring his disguise was flawless. The spirit watched with bated breath, eager to see how Erinma would react to the perfect man she had always dreamed of. Buka even rehearsed his lines, perfecting the charming phrases that would capture Erinma's heart. He knew that winning her over would not be easy, but he was confident in his abilities. As he approached Kuj, he could feel the anticipation in the air, both from the spirit world and the human one. His heart, though not human, beat with excitement at the thought of the challenge ahead. Would Erinma see through his guise, or would she fall for the perfect illusion he had created? On a bright sunny day, Buka arrived at Chief Obi's compound. He was dressed in the finest clothes, his skin glowing with an otherworldly charm. Erinma, who was in the courtyard, saw him and was immediately smitten. "Who is this handsome stranger?" she wondered. Without waiting for him to introduce himself to her parents, she rushed forward and declared, "I will marry him." Her parents were stunned by her impulsive decision, feeling both relief and unease. Buka's presence seemed too good to be true, casting a shadow of doubt over the joyous occasion. Erinma's heart raced with excitement, her mind filled with dreams of a perfect future with her perfect suitor. As Buka smiled and took her hand, the villagers gathered, whispering in awe at the sight of the mysterious stranger. Even the birds seemed to sing a sweeter tune as Erinma and Buka stood together. For a moment, it seemed as if all of Erinma's dreams had come true, but Chief Obi could not shake the feeling that something was amiss. Chief Obi was taken aback by his daughter's sudden decision. "But who are you, young man? Where are your people? Why have you come alone?" he asked. Buka remained silent, smiling confidently. Erinma, impatient and enamored, interrupted. "Father, you are embarrassing me. I will marry him as he is." Ignoring her father's protest, she ran into her hut, packed her belongings, and followed Buka out of the compound. Chief Obi watched them leave, his heart heavy with dread. He prayed silently for his daughter's safety, hoping she had not made a grave mistake. Kaima clutched his arm, her eyes filled with tears, as they watched their beloved daughter walk away into an uncertain future. "We must trust her judgment," Kaima whispered, though her voice trembled with doubt. Chief Obi nodded, though his mind was filled with worry. As Erinma and Buka disappeared down the path, a sense of foreboding settled over the village, like a storm cloud on the horizon. Please like and hit the subscribe button for part 2.